Okay, I wanted to do a video talking about an issue that I think a lot of people have. I think it's a very common problem to have issues with motivation. Um, it's nothing to be ashamed of, it's just part of being a human being on this earth. but a lot of people struggle with it. I have struggled with it a lot, especially lately. And I think that's actually part of the inspiration for making this video. Um, is because I have been having problems with it too, and a lot of this is just me telling myself what I need to hear. But I wanted to go over some of the big reasons I think people have trouble with motivation. I have my list here. Let's get into this. Um, One of the first notes I think for why you don't have motivation is poor self care. I think this is a common problem, especially for Americans with mental health problems. Um, But having poor self care is one of the biggest motivation killers, I think. Um, when you don't get enough sleep, that is a huge motivation killer. That will drain you. It'll affect your mood. It'll affect your well being in general. Um, that will kill your motivation. It's important to make sure that you eat as well. I think that's another common one is people do not eat the right diet or they don't eat enough. I'm bad to do that. I have trouble eating enough. That's an important one. Even if it's just throw some toast in the toaster and eat some dry toast. Something is better than nothing. You have to at least try. On making sure you take care of yourself, especially physically, is very important. I think a lot of people, when they think poor self care, they think, oh, it's just eating and sleeping. But no, it's a lot more than that. Some of it is your entire outlook, like your mental health as well. You need to take care of your mental health and your emotional health. That is one that I think a lot of people tend to neglect. I think I am especially bad to do this. And as a result, when your emotional health is poor, um, it can also affect how well you are able to physically take care of yourself. And all of those things will seriously damage your ability to have the motivation it takes to do what you want to do. So, one of the biggest ones is poor self care. You need to take care of yourself. The second note is a lack of consistency. Not having consistency and not working regularly makes it a lot easier to procrastinate because you have no clear rhythm where you're going through things. You do not have consistency. Uh, and when you don't develop habits, it's a lot easier to fall out of it. It's a lot easier to not do what you should be doing when you are not in the habit of doing it. Um, and I think that's a big problem for a lot of people, especially me. This is another issue that I've had problems with. Is that when you do not develop those habits, we'll see that will affect your motivation as well. It makes it harder when to do those things. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And the hardest part is solidifying those habits. You start doing them and you keep doing them. And but once you're in that routine, it is much easier to do these things even without motivation. Because motivation itself is not consistent. So really, it's not about motivation. It's about just having what it takes to do what you need to do, whether you're motivated or not. But that can be very hard to do. But when you're in good habits, it's a lot easier to do. So it cannot be it cannot be understated the importance of having good habits and having some amount of consistency. This thing that you do every day, that is important. Or even if it's every week, shoot, I had no consistency in my life at all until I started doing a thing with two of my friends where we will hang out every Monday. We'll do a call on Mondays, on Monday evenings, because that's when they're off work. And just having that consistency and knowing what to expect has helped me a lot. I have a plan. I expect to do it. I'm going to do that. I think that's good for your mental health as well. And the last one I wanted to point out is having no clear goal in mind. When you do not have a clear goal in mind, you have no reason to do anything. Why do it? That's a So it can help a lot to have a clear goal, to know what it is you want, even if it's something small. And also, that goal can change. You can always change your mind. You can have a goal you want to work towards. That's one of my biggest, another problem that I've had myself is feeling like what I was working towards was not good enough. This is not a good enough thing to work towards, so I should do something else. And then I wind up not doing anything. And that is a lot more damaging than doing something that is not the most perfectly ideal thing. You're better off doing something that isn't ideal than doing nothing. It's better to do something, because again, you can always change your mind. You can change what you're doing. You can adjust. You're going to be constantly doing that anyway. That's inevitable. That's a fact of life. You're going to be changing as you learn and as you grow and as you adjust. That's very normal. That's to be expected. That's how that's the natural flow of how things go. So, don't be afraid of change. Embrace it. Learn it. Um, have some kind of goal or something you know you want, and be okay with that changing, because it might, and that's okay. Consistency and habits are very important for productivity. They make you feel productive, and that is a lot more important than I think people give it credit for. Most importantly, don't be too hard on yourself in the wrong way. You don't want to be beating yourself up. You want to be picking yourself up. I hope that maybe this can help somebody out there that might really need a little bit of uplifting, because I'm not the best speaker or anything. I could be wrong. I'm still learning and growing just like anyone else, so don't take everything I say as gospel, because it's not. But maybe there's somebody out there that really needs to hear this, so I hope that I can help put their head on their shoulders, like I've needed in the past. You are perfectly capable of doing whatever it is that you want to do. You are completely capable of it. You just have to put your mind to it, and you gotta find a way. You can't sit around feeling like you're not good enough, because so what? You work with what you got, you're a survivor, you can do this.